Imagine yourself gliding through pristine waters, surrounded by majestic fjords that rise dramatically from the sea. Towering icy cliffs line the waterways, their imposing presence softened by lush green villages nestled along the coast. Traditional wooden houses with vibrant colors dot the landscape. And the cool, fresh air carries the scent of pine and the sound of distant waterfalls. This is Norway, a place where every turn reveals a new wonder. Many travelers feel overwhelmed trying to plan the perfect trip through Norway. But you don't have to worry, we're here to help. In this video, we'll take you through some interesting facts about Norway, and then guide you through the best places this incredible country has to offer. Stay with us until the end, where we'll reveal a hidden spot in Norway where you can experience one of the most frequent and breathtaking displays of the Northern Lights. Interesting facts about Norway. In the frozen Arctic, a special vault stands guard over humanity's future. The Svalbard Seed Vault, built deep into the ice and rock, is like a giant safety deposit box for the world's plants. Inside this underground shelter, over 1 million different types of seeds are stored away, each one ready to help rebuild our food supply if disaster ever strikes. In this same icy region of Svalbard, nature rules in the most incredible way. There are more polar bears than people, and anyone stepping outside the towns must carry a weapon for safety. It's a stark reminder of just how wild and untamed this corner of Norway truly is. Norway's impact on the world goes far beyond protecting seeds. Imagine a country where rushing rivers and flowing waterfalls do more than create beautiful views. They power entire cities. Norway has become so good at using clean energy that 95% of its electricity comes from these natural sources. While many countries talk about going green, Norway is already doing it, even sharing its extra power with neighboring nations. When it comes to national pride, Norway does things differently. Instead of showing off military power on their Constitution Day, the streets fill with something much more special. The sound of children laughing and celebrating. These young Norwegians, dressed in their best clothes, lead the parades with flags flying high, connecting the country's past to its future. This love for their homeland shows up in sports too. Norway has won more Winter Olympic medals than any other country, carrying on a tradition that started 4,000 years ago, when their ancestors first carved pictures of skiers into rock walls. Watching over all of this are Norway's amazing stave churches, built centuries ago by master craftsmen. The Bergen stave church, put together without using a single nail, still stands strong today. Its wooden walls and dragon-shaped decorations tell stories of a time when Viking builders brought their skills to making Christian churches. These buildings show us how Norwegians have always been able to create beautiful things while working with nature, not against it. Best places to visit in Norway. Bergen. Picture yourself stepping into Bergen, where medieval history comes alive between majestic mountains and deep blue fjords. As you walk these ancient streets, you'll find yourself in a city that's been telling its story since long before America was even born. Standing at the harbor's edge, you'll understand why they call this enchanting place the gateway to the fjords. As you make your way along the old wharf, you'll be greeted by Bryggen, where a row of colourful wooden buildings stands as a living museum, recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. These wooden treasures with their pointed gables and weathered timbers have watched over the harbour since the 14th century. Each plank and beam telling tales of Bergen's glory days as a mighty trading hub during the Hanseatic period. Let's explore deeper into Bryggen's network of narrow alleyways. As you weave between the historic buildings, you'll discover a world of small shops, where artists work in cozy studios, and inviting cafes beckon with the aroma of fresh coffee. Ready for a different perspective? Join us on the Fløibanen funicular for a journey to the summit of Mount Fløyen. As we climb higher, the city unfolds beneath us like a living map. At the top, you'll be rewarded with breathtaking panoramas. On clear days, you can trace the meeting points of city, mountain, and fjord all the way to the horizon. Find a peaceful spot here for a picnic, or set off on one of the many hiking trails that wind through this natural paradise. Our final stop takes us to Bergen's fortress, one of Norway's oldest and best preserved stone fortifications. As you walk these ancient grounds, every stone seems to whisper stories from centuries past. Make your way through the medieval castle to discover the commanding Rosenkrantz Tower and step into Hakon's Hall, a majestic royal ceremonial space that's been hosting gatherings since the 13th century. Here, in these grand rooms and corridors, you can feel the pulse of Bergen's rich history beating through the ages. Flam. Deep in Norway's fjord country, where mountains meet water in a dramatic dance of nature, lies a village that defies expectations. Flam may be home to just 350 souls, but it guards the entrance to one of the world's most spectacular railway journeys, the legendary Flamsbana. Here, engineering meets artistry as trains climb an almost impossible path through the Norwegian wilderness. In just 20 kilometers, you'll ascend from the fjord's edge to the mountain's shoulder, rising 867 meters through some of Norway's most untamed landscapes. Through 20 tunnels carved by hand, each turn reveals another masterpiece of nature. Thundering waterfalls, emerald valleys, and peaks that pierce the clouds. Beyond the rails, Flam opens the door to the magnificent Geirangerfjord, a UNESCO World Heritage Site that displays nature at its most dramatic. This slender branch of the Sognefjord cuts through ancient mountains like a liquid emerald, with walls rising 1,800 meters straight from the water's surface, creating one of Europe's narrowest and most awe-inspiring fjord passages. For those seeking the ultimate viewpoint, the Stegerstein platform hovers like a wooden wing above the Aurlandsfjord. This 30-meter-long viewing platform extends boldly from the mountainside, suspended 650 meters above the water. From this architectural marvel, the fjord unfolds below like a winding blue ribbon, offering a perspective that transforms even the most seasoned travelers into wide-eyed adventurers. Geirangerfjord. Imagine standing at the edge of a masterpiece carved by ancient glaciers. This is Geirangerfjord, where 15 kilometers of deep blue waters wind through towering cliffs, earning its place among UNESCO's World Heritage Treasures. Here, nature puts on a performance that has captivated travelers for generations. At the heart of this natural theatre stands one of Norway's most dramatic displays, the Seven Sisters waterfall. 7 distinct streams cascade down the mountainside in a 410-meter dance of water and light. Across the fjord, a single waterfall, known as the Suter, gazes eternally at the sisters, creating a romantic tale etched in water and stone. According to local folklore, the suitor's failed attempts to court the sisters left him with a broken heart, symbolized by the bottle-shaped dry patch in his falls. High above the fjord, the Geiranger skywalk at Dalsnibbe offers a perspective that challenges the imagination. From this glass-floored platform, suspended 1,500 meters above sea level, the entire fjord unfolds beneath your feet. Massive cruise ships appear as mere toys on the water's surface, while the surrounding peaks pierce through clouds, creating a panorama that defies description. Perhaps the most compelling story of human determination lies in Geirangerfjord farm, perched precariously on a 250-meter cliff above the fjord. Life here was so precarious that farmers once had to tie their children to trees while they played outside, preventing them from falling off the edge. In a testament to their resourcefulness, these hardy farmers could host up to 125 goats, 10 cows, and 2 horses on this seemingly impossible terrain. Today, this remarkable farm stands as a monument to the incredible spirit of Norway's mountain people, who carved out a life between sky and fjord. Ålesund. From the ashes of disaster, a fairy tale city emerged along Norway's western coast. This is Ålesund, where a devastating fire in 1904 led to one of Europe's most remarkable architectural transformations. When flames consumed the old wooden buildings, the city didn't just rebuild, it reinvented itself, rising as a stunning showcase of Art Nouveau design that would become known as Norway's most beautiful city. Walking through Ålesund's streets feels like stepping into an artist's dream. Turrets and spires reach skyward, while buildings adorned with dragons, flowers, and geometric patterns tell stories in stone and stucco. Each facade is a masterpiece, painted in soft pastels that reflect in the surrounding waters. Unlike any other Scandinavian city, Ålesund's architecture creates a harmonious dialogue between German Jugendstil and distinctly Norwegian elements. Let's climb to the Axla viewpoint, where 418 steps lead to the city's finest vantage point. As you catch your breath at the summit, Ålesund reveals itself in all its glory, a collection of islands connected by bridges, where Art Nouveau buildings cluster like jewels along the water's edge. Behind the city, the jagged peaks of the Sunnmøre Alps pierce the sky, creating a backdrop that seems almost too perfect to be real. Nature lovers will find their paradise on nearby Runde Island, where an extraordinary spectacle unfolds each spring. From February to August, this tiny island transforms into a bustling metropolis of wings and beaks as over 500,000 seabirds make it their home. Among them are the charismatic puffins, whose comical appearance and clumsy waddle have earned them the nickname Clowns of the Sea. These charming birds, with their distinctive colourful beaks, create an unforgettable display of natural theatre that draws wildlife enthusiasts from across the globe. Standing in quiet contrast to the city's ornate Art Nouveau style, the 12th century Ålesund Church offers a glimpse into Norway's medieval soul. Its sturdy stone walls and simple Romanesque lines remind visitors that long before the Great Fire transformed Ålesund, this was already a place of profound history and enduring spirit. Trondheim. In the heart of central Norway lies a city where Viking legends whisper through modern streets. This is Trondheim, the former capital of Viking Norway, where medieval grandeur meets contemporary culture in a dance that spans over 1,000 years. Dominating the cityscape is the majestic Nidaros Cathedral, the world's northernmost Gothic cathedral and Norway's most sacred shrine. Built in 1070 over the burial site of St. Olav, this architectural masterpiece holds deep mysteries. Somewhere within its ancient walls lie the hidden remains of Norway's patron saint, sealed away during the Reformation when his silver coffin was melted into coins. Wandering through Trondheim's heart, you'll discover the Old Town Bridge, or Gamle Bybro, a strategic masterpiece designed in the 17th century. This iconic bridge wasn't just built for beauty. It was carefully positioned to be within cannon range of Kristiansand Fortress, part of an ingenious defensive plan created by Major General Cicignon after the Great Fire of 1681. Today, the bridge's red-painted portals frame perfect views of the colourful wooden buildings that line the Nidelva River. Just offshore lies an island with perhaps the darkest and most fascinating history in all of Norway, Munkholmen. This tiny 13,000 square metre islet has worn many faces through the centuries. Before becoming a monastery, it served as an execution ground, where the severed heads of criminals and political opponents were displayed on stakes facing the city. Later, it was transformed into a fortress and prison, holding famous prisoners like Danish Count Peder Griffenfeld, who spent 18 years confined within its walls. During World War II, the Germans converted it into an anti-aircraft station, leaving behind remnants still visible in the upper levels of the fort. Today, this former place of darkness has become a haven of light, a popular summer destination where visitors can explore centuries of history or simply relax by the fjord. Watching over it all stands Kristiansand Fortress, built in 1682, which has guarded Trondheim through centuries of conflict. From its successful defense against Swedish invasion in 1718 to its darker role during World War II, these ancient stones have witnessed the full spectrum of Norway's military history. Lofoten Islands. Where jagged peaks pierce the blue skies and tiny fishing villages cling to rocky shores, the Lofoten Islands emerge like a masterpiece painted by nature itself. This archipelago above the Arctic Circle offers some of Norway's most dramatic landscapes, where traditional life still pulses to the rhythm of the sea and sky. In the heart of this natural theatre lies Rein, a fishing village that seems almost too perfect to be real. Here, clusters of red-painted cabins reflect in crystal-clear waters, while granite mountains rise like ancient guardians behind them. For those willing to challenge themselves, Reinebringen's trail beckons skyward. Though steep and demanding, the summit rewards hikers with a view that has become Norway's signature postcard. A panorama where sea, mountains and tiny villages merge into an Arctic paradise. Just across the water, the tiny island of Hamnøy tells the story of centuries of fishing tradition through its råbur, traditional fishermen's cabins that hover above the water on stilts. These historic shelters, now transformed into cozy accommodations, offer visitors a chance to experience life as local fishermen once did, with the constant symphony of waves and seabirds as their lullaby. Perhaps Lofoten's most surprising treasure lies in Henningsvær, where human ingenuity meets natural splendor in an unexpected way. Here, on a small island measuring just 0.3 square kilometers, stands what many call the most beautiful football stadium in the world. This remarkable pitch, created by leveling bedrock, has become more than just a sports venue. It's a community hub where local children play under the midnight sun and visitors gather to marvel at its spectacular setting. Surrounded by cod-drying racks and the endless sea, this green rectangle serves as both a playground and a testament to the Norwegian spirit of creating beauty in the most unlikely places. As summer arrives, the islands reveal their most magical feature, the midnight sun. During these golden months, time seems to lose meaning as daylight stretches endlessly across the landscape. Local children take full advantage of this eternal day, sometimes gathering for impromptu football matches at 2 a.m., their laughter echoing across the still bright waters. Vesterålen. In the shadow of Lofoten's fame lies a quieter Arctic paradise, Vesterålen, where nature's greatest performers take center stage. Here the busy tourist crowds thin out, revealing an authentic slice of northern Norway where whales breach and the midnight sun paints the sky in impossible colors. The waters off Vesterålen's coast hide a remarkable secret. They're among the world's most reliable places to witness Earth's largest creatures in their natural habitat. Deep channels rich with nutrients create perfect feeding grounds for massive sperm whales, who dive into the depths for giant squid before surfacing in spectacular displays. Unlike seasonal whale watching in many other locations, Vesterålen's unique marine ecosystem supports whale sightings year-round, making every boat trip an adventure filled with possibility. Following the Andoya route feels like driving through a carefully curated gallery of Arctic landscapes. This coastal road winds past pristine beaches that seem transported from tropical destinations, except here they're backed by jagged peaks and often empty, save for the occasional seal basking on the shore. Each bend reveals another masterpiece, sometimes a quaint fishing village, other times dramatic cliffs plunging into the sea. The village of Bleak stands as a testament to nature's artistic touch. Here, one of Norway's longest and most stunning beaches stretches for 3 kilometers, its white sand creating a striking contrast against the dark mountains. Just offshore, Bleiksoya Island rises from the sea like a natural skyscraper, hosting one of Norway's largest colonies of puffins. During summer months, these charming sea parrots put on a daily show, diving for fish and waddling across their rocky home. Beyond its natural wonders, Vesterålen offers something increasingly rare in our modern world: space to breathe. Here, under the endless summer light or winter's starry skies, visitors find themselves alone with nature's grandeur, experiencing Norway as it has existed for millennia. Tromsø. A shimmering gem in Norway's northern expanse, the city of Tromsø dazzles with its blend of natural wonder and modern vitality. Perched 350 kilometers above the Arctic Circle, Tromsø pulses with the rhythm of 2 distinct seasons, the endless daylight of summer and the enchanting darkness of winter, each unveiling its own spectacular show. During the polar nights, Tromsø transforms into nature's greatest theatre. From September through March, the sky becomes a canvas for the aurora borealis, with ribbons of green, purple and red light performing their ethereal dance overhead. The city's strategic location in the Aurora Zone makes it one of Earth's prime stages for this celestial performance, drawing visitors from across the globe who brave the Arctic chill for a chance to witness this natural wonder. Soaring above the city, the Fjellheisen cable car carries adventurers to the summit of Storsteinen in just 4 minutes. From this 420-meter perch, the entire Arctic panorama unfolds. The city's twinkling lights below, jagged mountains piercing the sky, and fjords snaking through the landscape. During winter, this elevated platform becomes an exceptional vantage point for aurora watching, while summer visitors can bask in the golden glow of the midnight sun. Beyond the city limits, Arctic adventures await at local husky farms, where the ancient bond between humans and dogs comes alive. Here, visitors can experience the thrill of dog sledding, gliding through pristine snow-covered landscapes behind a team of eager Alaskan Huskies. Whether choosing a peaceful ride as a passenger or taking the reins as a musher, this traditional Arctic activity offers a unique blend of excitement and serenity. The season for snow sledding typically runs from November to March, though summer visitors can still experience the joy of meeting these friendly animals through wheelcart adventures. For those seeking even greater challenges, the majestic Lyngen Alps rise like nature's skyscrapers from the surrounding fjords. This dramatic mountain range serves as a year-round playground for outdoor enthusiasts, offering everything from summer hiking trails to winter skiing adventures. The region's crown jewel, the Geirangerfjord, creates a perfect setting for activities ranging from glacier walks to ice climbing, all set against a backdrop of some of Norway's most spectacular scenery. Svalbard. At 78 degrees north, where the edge of civilization meets untamed wilderness, lies Svalbard, an Arctic realm where polar bears rule and humans are merely guests. This remote archipelago stands as Earth's last great frontier, where the boundary between modern life and raw nature becomes beautifully blurred. In Longyearbyen, the world's northernmost permanent settlement, life adapts to nature's most extreme rhythms. For 110 days each winter, darkness envelops the town in polar night, while summer brings 123 days of endless sunlight, creating a surreal world where time seems to lose all meaning. Despite average winter temperatures ranging from -8 degrees Celsius to -16 degrees Celsius, the Gulf Stream's warm embrace keeps this Arctic community surprisingly habitable. Here, polar bears aren't just wildlife, they're the undisputed monarchs of the landscape, with around 3,000 bears roaming these icy realms. These magnificent predators move silently across the archipelago, following the rhythms of sea ice and seal migrations. Their presence is so significant that venturing beyond settlements requires armed guides by law, a stark reminder that in Svalbard, humans aren't at the top of the food chain. Among Svalbard's most haunting attractions stands Pyramiden, a Soviet ghost town frozen in Arctic time. Named after its pyramid-shaped mountain backdrop, this abandoned mining settlement tells a compelling story of human ambition in the high Arctic. Once home to over 1,000 residents, its empty buildings now stand as silent sentinels to a bygone era, complete with the world's northernmost Lenin statue still watching over the deserted town square. The archipelago's wildlife extends far beyond its famous bears. Arctic foxes, in their pristine white winter coats, dart across the tundra, while walruses lounge on ice floes, their tusks gleaming in the Arctic light. In summer, thousands of seabirds return to breed, their calls echoing off ancient glaciers, while belugas, the ghosts of the Arctic seas, glide silently through the fjords. Stavanger and Lysefjord. Where ancient wooden houses meet dramatic fjords, Stavanger stands as a gateway to some of Norway's most spectacular natural wonders. This vibrant coastal city seamlessly blends its rich maritime heritage with modern culture while guarding the entrance to the legendary Fjord, a masterpiece carved by ancient glaciers. In Gamle Stavanger, 173 white wooden cottages create a living museum of Norwegian architecture. These carefully preserved 18th century homes, with their characteristic weatherboard and ceramic tile roofs, line narrow cobblestone streets that wind through the historic quarter. Each building tells a story of the city's evolution, from a humble fishing town to a cultural hub, where art galleries and boutiques now nestle within these historic walls. Beyond the city's charm lies the magnificent Fjord, where nature flexes its raw power. This 42-kilometre stretch of crystal-clear water is home to some of Norway's most iconic hiking destinations. Towering cliffs rise dramatically from the water, creating a natural amphitheatre that showcases two of Norway's most famous attractions, Preikestolen and Kjeragbolten. Preikestolen, the legendary pulpit rock, stands as a natural viewing platform 604 metres above the fjord. For those seeking even greater thrills, Kjeragbolten offers an experience that tests both courage and nerve. A boulder mysteriously wedged between cliffs, suspended over a 1,000-metre drop. The region offers more than just its famous landmarks. Hidden gems like the Florley Stairs, the world's longest wooden staircase, and the Fjord Panorama Trail provide alternatives for adventurers seeking to escape the crowds. Whether you're exploring the vibrant streets of Stavanger, with its renowned culinary scene and street art, or hiking the dramatic trails above Fjord, this corner of Norway proves that some places can truly have it all. Oslo. From the heart of Norway rises a capital, where ancient fortresses stand alongside daring modern architecture, and where culture flows as freely as the waters of its fjord. Oslo doesn't just preserve history, it reimagines it, creating spaces where past and future engage in constant dialogue. Guarding the harbour since medieval times, Akershus Fortress tells tales of kings and conquerors through its weathered stones. This mighty sentinel has worn many faces through the centuries, from royal residence to prison, from military stronghold to modern-day cultural treasure. Today, its ancient walls offer both a journey through time and a perfect vantage point to watch boats glide across the Oslo Fjord. Perhaps nowhere embodies Oslo's bold vision better than its opera house, a masterpiece that transforms architecture into public art. Like a glacier sliding into the fjord, this marvel of white marble and glass invites visitors to do the unexpected, climb its sloping roof, and experience the building as both viewer and participant. From this unique vantage point, the entire city unfolds before you, from the bustling waterfront to the forested hills beyond. The city's connection to nature reveals itself in surprising ways. Just minutes from downtown, you can hop aboard a ferry for an island-hopping adventure through the Oslo Fjord. Each island holds its own character, from the monastery ruins of Hovedøya to the colourful summer cabins of Lindøya. For an even more dramatic perspective, venture to the legendary Holmenkollen ski jump, where you can stand where Olympic athletes have soared and gaze across Oslo's magnificent panorama of city, forest and fjord. In summer, Oslo's waterfront comes alive as locals flock to hidden urban beaches and swimming spots. At Sorenga Seawater Pool, you can take a refreshing dip while admiring views of the Opera House. This is a city that doesn't just embrace its natural setting, it celebrates it, creating spaces where urban life and natural beauty exist in perfect harmony. Trolltunga. Imagine standing at the edge of the world on a rock platform that seems to float in mid-air. This is Trolltunga, a remarkable geological wonder that extends boldly over Lake Ringedalsvatnet. Named for its uncanny resemblance to a troll's tongue, this 700-meter-high natural marvel embodies the wild spirit of Norwegian landscapes. The journey to this iconic landmark is as stunning as the destination itself. A challenging 27-kilometer round trip takes you through a landscape shaped by Ice Age forces, where every step reveals new wonders of Norwegian nature. The trail climbs nearly 800 meters through terrain that changes from smooth granite slabs to rocky paths, each kilometer marking your progress toward one of Europe's most photographed natural wonders. As you approach Trolltunga, the landscape opens into a natural amphitheater of stone and sky. The famous rock formation appears almost impossible, a horizontal slice of granite extending fearlessly into empty space. From this lofty perch, the view stretches across the emerald waters of Lake Ringedalsvatnet and the surrounding peaks, creating a panorama that has drawn adventurers from across the globe. What was once a hidden gem visited by fewer than 800 people annually before 2010 now attracts tens of thousands of hikers each year, all seeking their moment on Norway's most dramatic natural stage. For those seeking a truly magical experience, the long summer days offer a unique opportunity. As the midnight sun bathes the landscape in golden light, the crowds thin out, and Trolltunga reveals its most enchanting side. In winter, the formation takes on a different character altogether, accessible only with professional guides who lead adventurous souls through a snow-draped wonderland. Whether viewed at sunrise, sunset, or under the dramatic skies of changing weather, Trolltunga shows one of the most spectacular sides of Norway's raw, untamed beauty. A place where nature's artistry creates moments that remain forever etched in memory. Atlantic Ocean Road. Stretching across a string of tiny islands between Kristiansund and Molde, the Atlantic Ocean Road dances above the Norwegian Sea in a graceful display of engineering brilliance. This 8.3-kilometer ribbon of road isn't just a path from point A to B. It's an adventure that transforms the simple act of driving into an unforgettable journey through some of Norway's most dramatic coastal scenery. Known locally as Atlanterhavsveien, this masterpiece of modern engineering features 8 bridges that seem to hop from island to island like stones across a pond. The crown jewel is the Storseisundet Bridge, nicknamed the Bridge to Nowhere, for its peculiar optical illusion. As you approach, the road appears to end abruptly at the sky, creating a heart-stopping moment before revealing its true path, a graceful curve that carries you safely across the churning waters below. Nature puts on a magnificent show along this zigzag highway. During calm summer days, seals and whales occasionally break the surface of the crystal-clear waters, while white-tailed eagles soar overhead. But it's during the wild storms that the road reveals its most dramatic face. Massive waves crash against the bridges, creating curtains of spray that dance across the tarmac, while the wind howls its ancient song across the archipelago. These tempestuous displays have made the Atlantic Road one of the world's most popular spots for storm watching. The road offers more than just dramatic drives and storm spectacles. Tiny fishing villages dot the islands, offering glimpses into traditional Norwegian coastal life. Specially designed viewing platforms and rest areas invite travelers to pause and soak in the raw beauty of the Norwegian coastline. For fishing enthusiasts, several spots along the road provide access to some of Norway's richest fishing grounds, where the cold, clear waters teem with cod, pollock, and mackerel. As day fades to night and back again under the midnight sun, or when aurora's ribbons dance overhead, the Atlantic Ocean Road continues its eternal dance between sea and sky. Here, human achievement and natural wonder collide, turning 8 kilometers of asphalt into one of the world's most spectacular journeys. Senja. They call it Norway's hidden crown jewel, an island where mountains meet the Arctic Sea in a clash of epic proportions. Senja Island stands proud yet humble in the shadow of its famous neighbor, Lofoten Island, offering adventurous souls a pristine playground where every Norwegian landscape seems to converge in perfect harmony. Along Senja's outer edge, the national tourist route winds its way through a landscape that seems crafted from fantasy. Here, razor-sharp peaks known as the Devil's Teeth rise abruptly from the Norwegian Sea, their granite faces catching the golden rays of the midnight sun in summer and the soft pastels of polar light in winter. The road itself is an engineering marvel, clinging to cliff sides and weaving through tunnels, each turn revealing another breathtaking vista. At Tungeneset, a wooden walkway extends over weather-worn rocks, offering a front-row seat to one of Norway's most dramatic mountain views. The Okashornen peaks, the Devil's Teeth, stand like ancient guardians against the sky, while waves crash against the shore below. Nearby, the Bergsbotten viewing platform hovers 278 meters above the fjord, projecting visitors out over the void for panoramic views that stretch all the way to the open ocean. Hidden among these dramatic landscapes lie unexpected treasures, pristine white sand beaches that could be mistaken for tropical shores, if not for the Arctic waters lapping at their edges. Geirangerfjord Beach, with its crystal-clear turquoise waters and surrounding peaks, creates a surreal Arctic paradise. In winter, these same beaches become prime viewing spots for the northern lights, their white sands reflecting the dancing auroras above. The island's sheltered eastern side reveals a gentler face, where traditional fishing villages like Mefjordvær and Husøy tell stories of coastal life above the Arctic Circle. Here, red-painted fishermen's cabins cluster along the shoreline, while cod dries on traditional wooden racks, creating a scene that has remained largely unchanged for centuries. Trollstigen. They said it was impossible to build a road that would tame Norway's most forbidding mountain passage. Yet today, Trollstigen defies all its critics, with 11 hairpin turns ascending boldly from fjord to sky. Like a stone serpent frozen in time, this engineering marvel climbs 858 meters through some of Norway's most dramatic terrain, turning the untamable into the unforgettable. The road itself tells a compelling story of perseverance. Construction began in 1916, following an ancient path that mountain farmers had used for centuries. When King Haakon VII officially opened Trollstigen in 1936, it transformed from a simple mountain passage into one of Norway's most spectacular drives. Each of the 11 hairpin bends carries its own name, honoring the foremen who led the construction teams that carved this path through the mountain. Today, Trollstigen stands guard among giants. Towering peaks surround the road: Kongen at 1,614 meters, Dronningen at 1,544 meters, and Bispen at 1,462 meters, creating a natural theatre of stone and sky. The dramatic Stigfossen waterfall plunges 320 meters alongside the road, its constant presence a reminder of nature's raw power. At the summit plateau, architect-designed viewing platforms seem to float above the valley, offering heart-stopping views of the road below. These modern structures, crafted from glass and steel, blend seamlessly with their surroundings, providing shelter while allowing visitors to fully appreciate the magnificent landscape. During peak summer season, over 2,500 vehicles navigate this engineering marvel daily, each driver experiencing the same mix of awe and excitement that has captivated travelers for nearly a century. However, nature still dictates the terms. Trollstigen bows to winter's authority, closing its gates during the harsh Norwegian winter months when snow and ice reclaim the mountain. Hedalstave Church. Rising from the pastoral landscapes of Telemark stands Norway's largest stave church, a wooden cathedral that whispers tales from 8 centuries past. Hedalstave Church pierces the sky with 3 dramatic turrets, its weathered timbers and intricate carvings telling stories of a time when Christianity first took root in Viking soil. Standing 29 meters tall, this architectural masterpiece was crafted from ancient ore pine, some dating back to the year 1000 AD. As you approach this medieval wonder, you'll notice 4 distinct entrance portals, each rich with mysterious carvings designed to ward off evil spirits. In medieval times, each door served a specific purpose: one for men, one for women, one for clergy, and a ceremonial western entrance that remains the only portal in use today. The church's exterior gallery reveals a fascinating blend of Christian and Norse traditions, where runes and bishops' crosses share space on ancient walls. Step inside, and you'll find yourself surrounded by 800 years of living history. 23 friendly medieval faces smile down from atop the columns, while 17th century floral decorations adorn the nave's walls. Perhaps most intriguing are the remnants of Norway's pagan past, intricate carvings telling the tale of Sigurd the Dragon Slayer, a myth that served as a bridge between old beliefs and new faith. The bishop's chair still bears these ancient stories, featuring carvings of Brunhilde and her suitors. Unlike many historical monuments frozen in time, Hedal remains a living, breathing part of its community. The church still serves as the parish's main place of worship, hosting services, baptisms, confirmations, and weddings throughout the summer months. This remarkable survival of medieval craftsmanship stands not just as a testament to Norwegian architectural genius, but as a bridge between past and present, where ancient traditions continue to shape modern spiritual life. Jostedalsbreen Glacier. Above Norway's western fjords, a giant rests. They call it Jostedalsbreen, Europe's mightiest mainland glacier, a frozen colossus that commands 487 square kilometers of Arctic wilderness. For 6,000 years, this massive ice sheet has been sculptor and sovereign of these lands, crafting Norway's dramatic terrain with infinite patience and power. Rising majestically to nearly 2,000 meters above sea level, Jostedalsbreen commands its domain with 50 different glacier arms extending into the surrounding landscape. Each of these iceway tentacles tells its own story, From the accessible Nygårdsbreen to the dramatic Briksdalsbreen, where massive ice walls plunge toward emerald valleys. The glacier's immense bulk holds enough fresh water to supply Norway's needs for a century, its crystalline ice reaching depths of 600 meters in places. But this frozen giant is more than just ice and snow. The surrounding national park creates a stunning contrast of landscapes, where barren alpine zones transition suddenly into lush valleys dotted with traditional summer farms. The glacier's presence creates unique microclimates, nurturing rare flora and fauna in this harsh environment. The park's vast wilderness, covering over 1,300 square kilometers, offers endless opportunities for adventure, from guided ice walks to challenging summit attempts. Yet, Jostedalsbreen also serves as a stark reminder of our changing climate. Since 2000, this ancient ice mass has been retreating at an alarming rate. The Briksdalsbreen arm alone lost 50 meters of ice in just a few months during 2012, while Nygårdsbreen has retreated approximately 600 meters since the turn of the millennium. Despite these changes, the glacier continues to captivate visitors with its ethereal blue ice formations and thunderous ice falls, offering a glimpse into both Earth's ancient past and its uncertain future. Voringsfossen waterfall. First comes the thunder, then the mist rises to greet you. This is Voringsfossen, where 182 meters of falling water create nature's grandest spectacle. Here in the depths of Mabedalen Valley, a curtain of crystal plunges through space in Norway's most celebrated freefall, earning its ancient Norse name, the Revered One. Until 1821, this magnificent waterfall remained a secret, known only to locals. Its discovery came through an astronomer's creative measurement. Professor Christopher Hanstein used nothing but falling stones and a pocket watch to estimate its height. Though his calculation of 280 meters proved optimistic, the true height revealed by later measurements did nothing to diminish the waterfall's grandeur. Today, visitors can experience Voringsfossen's majesty from a series of innovative viewing platforms that seem to float above the abyss. The crown jewel of these modern additions is a breathtaking bridge that dances across the gorge, its 47-meter span connecting viewers with the raw energy of the falls. This architectural masterpiece, completed in 2020, features 99 steps and creates heart-stopping perspectives of the waterfall's dramatic descent. The site tells a story of human ingenuity meeting nature's power. The historic Fosli Hotel, built in 1891 in elegant Art Nouveau style, still watches over the falls. Its construction was a testament to determination. Every building material had to be carried up by horseback from the valley below. While modern hydroelectric demands have tamed some of the waterfall's wild nature, regulations ensure a minimum flow of water during summer months, preserving the spectacle that has drawn visitors for generations. Whether viewed from the historic hotel's terrace or from one of the modern viewing platforms, Voringsfossen continues to inspire awe, just as it did when composer Edvard Grieg sought inspiration in his nearby cabin. Geirangerfjord. The Geirangerfjord doesn't just impress, it overwhelms. This remarkable branch of the mighty Sognefjord stands as nature's ultimate achievement, where 700-meter cliffs plunge straight into mirror-like waters. For 17 kilometers, this UNESCO World Heritage Site demonstrates why Norway's fjords have captured imaginations for centuries, especially at its most dramatic point, a narrow throat barely 250 meters across. As you glide through these clear waters, each turn reveals another wonder. Powerful waterfalls flow down, steep cliff faces, their thunderous descent creating veils of mist that dance in the sunlight. Traditional farms cling impossibly to mountain ledges, their wooden buildings testament to generations of hardy Norwegian farmers who carved out a life in this vertical world. Some of these remote homesteads remain so isolated that no roads reach them, preserving a way of life that has endured for centuries. The tiny village of Gudvangen guards the fjord's entrance, its cluster of traditional buildings dwarfed by the surrounding peaks. From here, electric ferries slice silently through the crystal-clear waters, ensuring the fjord's tranquility remains undisturbed. Lucky visitors might spot seals basking on sun-warmed rocks or catch glimpses of mountain goats grazing on seemingly impossible slopes. For those seeking a more intimate connection with this majestic landscape, kayaking offers a unique perspective. Paddling these ancient waters, you'll discover hidden coves and secret waterfalls, while the sheer scale of the surrounding mountains creates an atmosphere of sublime isolation. Mjell Beach. In the tranquil outskirts of Bodø, nature plays artist with an extraordinary palette. Just 15 minutes from the city centre lies Mjell Beach, where white and crimson sands create an ever-changing canvas along the shoreline. This remarkable beach takes its distinctive red hue from scattered garnet particles, transforming the coastline into what locals poetically call a shore of crystallized gemstones. Each tide and storm reshapes this natural masterpiece as the heavier red grains shift and blend with pristine white sand, sometimes deepening to rich purple tones that seem almost impossible for a northern beach. But Mjell's magic extends beyond its striking colours. Here, beneath the endless light of summer nights, photographers and dreamers gather to witness one of Bodø's finest displays of the midnight sun. History whispers through the landscape as well. Along the shoreline, remnants of World War II bunkers stand as silent sentinels, offering glimpses into Norway's wartime past. The beach's accessibility makes it perfect for families. A gentle 30-minute walk from the parking area leads to this natural wonder, where children delight in collecting shells and exploring tidal pools. Whether you come to stroll barefoot along its jeweled shores, capture the perfect sunset photograph, or simply sit in peaceful contemplation of the clear Arctic waters, Mjell Beach proves that Norway's natural wonders aren't limited to its mountains and fjords. Here, at the edge of the northern wilderness, even the sand tells stories of geological magic. Lillehammer. Lillehammer refuses to be defined by a single moment. Yes, it hosted the 1994 Winter Olympics with unforgettable flair, but this remarkable city is so much more. It's where world-class athletic facilities stand shoulder to shoulder with centuries-old traditions, creating a uniquely Norwegian fusion of past glory and present vitality. At the heart of Lillehammer's Olympic legacy stands the iconic Lisgardsbakkene ski jumping arena, its dramatic silhouette dominating the city skyline. From its observation deck, visitors can gaze across Lake Mjøsa, Norway's largest lake, while watching daring athletes soar through the air, with over 80,000 jumps performed each winter and 20,000 in summer. For thrill seekers, the Olympic bobsled and luge track offers an adrenaline-pumping experience where visitors can reach speeds of 100 kilometers per hour down Scandinavia's only track of its kind. Beyond its sporting heritage, Lillehammer reveals its soul at Maihaugen, one of Europe's largest and oldest open-air museums. Here, over 200 historic buildings tell the story of Norwegian life through the centuries, from ancient farmhouses to urban dwellings. Each structure stands as a carefully preserved chapter of Norway's cultural narrative, offering visitors a journey through time. The city's vibrancy extends through all seasons. In summer, the surrounding mountains become a playground for hikers and mountain bikers, while winter transforms the Olympic venues of Hafjell and Kvitfjell into world-class ski destinations. The Hunderfossen Family Park adds another dimension to Lillehammer's charm, where fairy tales come alive among rides and attractions, complete with encounters with Nordic wildlife including bears, wolves and lynx. We've taken you from Arctic wilderness to ancient fjords, from engineering marvels to nature's grandest stages. Together we've witnessed Norway's most spectacular sights, Trolltunga defying gravity, the Atlantic Road dancing with waves, and Geirangerfjord's majestic cliffs piercing the clouds. But these images and words can only hint at the real magic waiting to be discovered. The true wonder of Norway needs to be felt firsthand, whether you're standing atop Preikestolen, wandering Bergen's historic streets, or watching auroras paint Tromsø's winter sky. Every site we've visited today awaits your own personal journey of discovery. If this tour of Norway's magnificent landscapes has inspired you to explore more, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Road to Adventure. There's a whole world of wonders out there waiting to be discovered, and we're just getting started. Join us next time as we continue our journey to Earth's most extraordinary places.